Mike McCarthy following the win at the podium.
Talk about the resiliency of your defense. You didn't really get any stops in the first half, and you lost Micah, and you lost DeMarcus Lawrence, and there was a time when even Diggs was out the field, and you were able to get those stops in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, also the time of possession, was definitely in their favor. So I thought those guys just really stepped up, played a lot of guys on defense, rotating through. But yeah, I mean, you need wins like this, division wins on the road. So we overcame a lot. So it's a good one to get.
Mike, Todd Archer with ESPN. Short week coming off the games you came off at home. How satisfying just to get a win in any kind of manner?
Absolutely. I mean, winning's always a great thing, especially on the road. Road wins are the best. Division games, you can add another layer to it. So, yeah, we feel great about what we accomplished tonight, but I think it's, for the fourth week in a row, we realize that we have a lot of work to do.
And do you have any update yet on Micah?
I do not. I haven't made it to the training room yet.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. What was the difference tonight with Dak and CD getting going?
I just think really as a whole, just the whole team. I mean, that's really the first four-quarter game we've played. I mean, it was a complimentary football game. I wish we'd have been able to drive the ball more offensively. I just felt like we left our defense out there a bit much. That long swing right before the half, and then they came right back here in that first drive in the third quarter. So I thought that was very challenging for our defense and for them to continue to fight. But I think the biggest thing was we were able to, frankly, I feel like it's the first game I called, for 4 quarters.
Louis Scruggs, NBC5 Dallas. Can you speak to the penalties, especially for Guyton in this game here today?
Yeah, number one, there's too many, so, and I think just like anything, to be able to overcome them, I think that's a credit to the offensive group. But yeah, it's, was it 15-5? So completely out of balance. At 15 called, I think 11 were 11 for 90 yards, somewhere in there. So, like I've already stated, we have a lot of work to do.
Mike, what was behind the decision to go with Aurier as your nickel guy or third corner or even base guy in the second half?
We really didn't have a lot of work this week, obviously, just with the on the short week. But these guys are competing all the time. It was really a close decision on a number of fronts. So I mean, there was actually 3 guys that we talked about, playing in that spot, and so I think it's just a real credit to our group. When you have tough decisions like that to make, it's that means you got a lot of guys working hard and they're ready for that opportunity. But I thought he did a nice job.
You talk about starting fast. It looks like tonight you really started fast, especially in that first half. How big was that for you guys?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the way we want to play, and that's the way, I think it's just like anything. I mean, you only have so much time during the week, and we put time, invested in, fast starts and finishing strong here with a four minute offensive series there. So, we make that field goal there, and we would have topped the game off the way you like to. So, but I think it's just another credit to the defense to go back out there and get that stop.
On that last field goal, did you think about calling a timeout and not rushing Aubrey on the field?
No, that was planned. They liked the rhythm of it. They wanted to stay in rhythm. So yeah, that was by design.
Also, can you talk about your use of Lipke and what he did tonight?
Yeah, I just think you're seeing a young player that's has earned more responsibility. I mean, he's been doing more of the one back. And just particularly for protection and things like that. So, I think we just got to continue using these backs, keep trying to create opportunities for them. So, wish we'd had the ball a little longer, but yeah, Hunter's doing a heck of a job.
Mike Farrell, the AP. After a tough, bang-up game like tonight, how important is the extra time now before you have to get back on the field?
Oh, very important. I think that's part of the Thursday night advantage. You don't feel great about it during the week, but you definitely feel great about it after you went on the road. So this time's up good for us. So we'll get back in there Monday, and again have a long weekend ready for Pittsburgh.
Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. Early in the third quarter, CeeDee Lamb was already up to 6 catches on 6 targets, I think 94-ish from scrimmage with a touchdown. Was there a concerted effort to get him involved early? Was that just organic, taking what the defense gave you?
I think it's organic. Just the way we game plan, especially, he's always at the forefront of our thinking. So yeah, I just thought Dak did a really good job, taking what they gave him. They played a lot more too high, played us, really, to keep the lid on it, and I thought that Dak was very patient tonight.
Getting back to you talk about how Dak's game. How's he seeing it? I mean, I think he started out 11 or 12. The first one, was a throwaway. But how do you think he's seeing it?
Yeah, just really spin off what I've said. I mean, I just thought he was really patient. He was getting through his reads, and just had an opportunity. He had to step up and make some plays in the pocket with his feet. But I thought Dak played very well tonight.
One more thing, after all the stuff that was said this week and professionalism and stuff, we're talking about practices, what was your message to the team tonight after a win like this?
I think we do a really good job internally, focus on what we're doing every day. I think sometimes our guys, they give honest answers to the questions from the externals, and, sometimes there's things that are said that really don't reflect the way it is internally. These guys didn't blink. They came in here Monday. I thought they were very accountable. I think this is as healthy as the locker room leadership group that we've had in my time here. And I think everything that needed to be said was said, as I told you all on Monday. Know what came out of that and the narratives outside of the locker room. That's I don't really have a comment on it because I don't referee it. But no, I really like the way our locker room has handled this week. Obviously we didn't feel good on Sunday, and we did what we needed to do prep-wise and came in here and got this win.
Mike Garafolo, NFL Network. CD's long touchdown there. I think they ran right by you on that. What'd you see? What impressed you most about that play?
Well, I mean, he's number one, he beat the coverage, but number two, just when he gets the ball in his hands, his ability to yards after catch. I mean, we also try to give him some touches in the run game. So just another big time play, very similar to the one he had 2 weeks ago.
Do you have time to think about going back to Pittsburgh now?
No, I don't.
All right, something changed, and it needed to. The Cowboys defense, stout against the run, just 1.1 yards per attempt on Thursday, 26 total yards by this Giants rushing game. You come in knowing that's where you're going to attack, 26 totes and not a whole lot to show for it. Complete change of pace for this Cowboys run defense.